It might sound obvious, but you'll be surprised at the method some people use to try and put on a swimming hat. Now, I've still got childhood memories of my mother trying to scrape my hair into a latex hat, and it usually ended in tears. And that was until I learned how to do it myself. If you've bought a brand new swimming cap, you'll find that it sticks to itself, your head and your hair. Now, the best way to avoid this is add a little talcum powder on the inside and the out, give it a rub, and then it'll be nice and comfortable and ready to wear. It's down to personal preference, but I like to just tie my hair in a bun at the back of my head, and then I put my hat on from the back to the front. Now, you can try going from the front to the back, but you're usually left with bits sticking out the bottom.
The race organisers will usually provide hats that must be worn throughout the race, so don't go swapping it before your event, as the colour will have been assigned specifically to your swim wave. And don't panic if your race hat splits or gets a hole, as the organisers will usually have spares.
You'd be surprised at the variation in position of caps on some swimmers' heads. Now, most hats have a line running down the centre, and the idea is you want that going from the front to the back of your head, not across, because let's face it, we don't really want to add any extra drag. Now, another thing to bear in mind is making sure your hat's far enough down over your forehead, because there's nothing worse than it gradually creeping up and taking your goggles off with it and it falls off in a race.
When buying a new hat, consider choosing a bright colour for open water swimming so you can be seen easily if you're training alone. And it's important to be clearly visible to boats using the same water, and in the worst case scenario, if you do get into trouble, you'll be found more easily.
Now, another little extra tip, if you're heading to your first race and you want to look like you know what you're doing, put your usual hat on first and your goggles just as you would do normally, and then put the race cap over the top. This protects your goggles and stops them getting knocked off by other swimmers in a mass start.
If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to GTM by just clicking on the globe. Now, if you want to watch a video on how to complete a swim recce like a pro, just click at the top. And if you want to watch a video on how to look after your wetsuit, just click at the bottom.